We are live a little bit early today. Looks like 3 hours earlier than I usually stream. I was trying to get it at 5:30, but there was some pretty heavy snow today that delayed my drive home. Had some hiccups as we were getting everything ready, so we are going to start the stream at about 6 o'clock, which is now-ish. So, yesterday, I complained a bunch. Hello, kitty. Yesterday I complained a bunch about the Storm matchup, and how I did not enjoy playing against it. Oh, I didn't actually change the stream title. There we go. Okay, so I totally lost track of what I was saying, but anyway, I was complaining about playing in Storm because it wasn't very interesting and it felt very coin flippy, and my win percentage against Storm I think is about 50-50. Yeah, it's like 45%, which is about how I feel the matchup is. I think it's like probably 45-55 or something like that. So I kind of wanted to make some like slightly more drastic sideboard hedges, I think, for the matchup than I would realistically recommend people doing. Oh no, where's my cardboard live? Oh, there it is. Just had to refresh my own page here. Anyway, I'm gonna add bad cards because I'm tired of losing to Storm, and the MTGO meta seems to be in a weird place right now. Yesterday I mentioned show and tell. So, it's not that I'm worried about any specific matchup, it's just that I'm queuing into a bunch of Storm decks. What's up, Ikoimoy? And it's just not an enjoyable matchup by any means. There's not a lot of play and counterplay. The show and tell matchup could easily be worse, and probably is a little bit worse than the Storm matchup in my opinion, but maybe it's not. I'm not actually sure about that. But the show and tell matchup feels like it has a lot more touch and go. The Storm matchup is just... Or did I say the Storm matchup before? The show and tell matchup is a lot more like touch and go, give and take. But the Storm matchup is a lot of the times just like keeping your haymakers, hoping you don't get Thoughtseize, hoping you don't get like Abrupt Decatur Massacre or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to be playing this Mindbreak Trap because I'm a lunatic. Swap Path Exile for Canonist and Cataclysm for Jailer. I'm not going to swap... I don't want second Jailer, especially like if I'm playing for like the for the Sneak and Show matchup. Jailer is not really going to help out there. Canonist might be a reasonable hedge for both decks, but we're definitely going to cut a Path and play Mindbreak Trap. Because Path has been doing very little for me, except against, like, the Mirror, Eldrazi, and various Delver decks, which I have not seen a huge amount of. And Mindbreak Trap also randomly hedges against Reanimator, since they, like, usually murder you with their insane starts. And Mindbreak Trap can be good against those. Sometimes it's not. I guess most of the time it is, right? Because they don't really play, like, Spirit Guide stuff. They have to have fast mana, and that's, like, Dark Writ, Entomb, Reanimate, or something. It does leave the card in the graveyard, obviously, like, much worse than Surgical in that specific matchup. But it's, like, an awkward, bad third Surgical against Reanimator. The other option is, like, Orim's Chant. I actually was thinking about 2 Mindbreak Traps, but I don't own 2 Mindbreak Traps on Moto, because I'm not a lunatic. But luckily, I own, like, 4 Orim's Chants because of these stupid Magic Online, like, promo packs. I've opened 4 of these dang Orim's Chants, so I might just, like, play an Orim's Chant. Just to kind of get a feel for what hate actually, like, does anything against Storm. What do I care about doing? But I don't know what I would cut after that. I feel like I like this, but I feel like that's also, like, not very much of a hedge against, like, I could cut some of the graveyard hate, like cut Priest or Rip or a Surgical. And then, of course, I'm going to do all these things because I'm really tired of losing to Storm. Or just, like, playing against Storm in general. And then I'm going to play against Storm 0 times in this league, and it's going to look like an idiot, but I'd rather, like... Storm is one of the least enjoyable matchups for me right now. It's just not interesting at all. I don't want to play against it, and I want to just, like, dunk on people. Orm Chant a lot more than Mindbreak Trap. Doesn't work on turn 0, but prevents a lot of other relevant things. Not sure, like, because Mindbreak Trap is useful against, what, Storm and Red-Black specifically, right? And that's about it, other than, like, niche combo decks and stuff. Orm's Chant is useful against Storm, Red-Black, but it's a lot worse against Red-Black, in my opinion. Because it just, like, delays a turn rather than, like, countering a reanimate spell, at least. Better against Sneak, because it's like a Time Walk. Also, the difference between 1 and 0 mana is something to... has nothing to sneeze at, but it's not like a huge difference, unless we queue into Belcher. I think the Orm's Chant is just better than Mindbreak Trap. I think it's kind of awkward to try to pick your spots with Orm's Chant against Storm versus Mindbreak Trap. It's usually pretty easy to just like snap it off on payoffs. I could just like shave down a bunch on Graveyard Hate, like cut a Surgical probably at that point if I'm playing like all those like weird niche hate. But then, like Triple Chalice, Mindbreak Trap. Maybe I'm just fine with just this Mindbreak Trap. There are other decks that exist. I don't recommend doing this. I'm just like really salty about playing in Storm so much. So please don't use these lists. Play my reasonable lists. But I have played with a Mindbreak Trap in sideboard in the past. I think I even streamed sometime with a Mindbreak Trap in the sideboard, and I don't remember why. But distinctly, I guess that's why I have one. I do need to like update some deck lists if I'm gonna do this. Also, I need to get that toy out of this room before it drives me crazy for the next 2.5 hours. Get up. I don't like Mindbreak Trap. When Storm is so full discard, but he adds 1 card and you're good enough. Or won't likely do much harm. So, I guess Orm's Chant is not that much better against Thoughtseize than Mindbreak Trap is, right? You cast the Orm's Chant in response to the Thoughtseize, and then like they get to take your next best card, and then you get to Time Walk them at least. If they were planning on trying to go off that turn. Orm's Chant can counter Crater Hoof. I mean, like, Mindbreak Trap can counter a Crater Hoof, right? And you're casting Orm's Chant way before they're getting to, like, Hoof turn. Unless they're just, like, untap with 4 mana, Nat Order. Yeah. Then, like, in a lot of the positions where you're casting an Orm's Chant in response to a discard spell, how many other good cards do you have in your hand? Like, they're going to take a Thalia or a Prelate or whatever if you're getting to that turn, right? You need to have 2 other good cards in hand after your Orm's Chant in order for the Orm's Chant to be useful against the Thoughtseize. Notably, it also does, like, if you top deck it after they empty you, it can Time Walk and buy you a turn to, like, get to your Batterskull online. These are all, like, weird niche cases with these cards. The cards are both very bad. So I think if I were to play another hate card, I'd probably cut, like, a Surgical. I might cut the Rip. Rip and Surgical are pretty equal, in my mind, in terms of how much I care / don't care about them. But I do feel like having, like, Orm's Chant, Mindbreak Trap, Triple Chalice seems like a pretty crazy. I do think that, especially yesterday, I got pretty unlucky. I played against Tess, was just bad, even with Triple Chalice, and that's just not going to happen. And then playing against Ant and got pretty unlucky in Game 3, but just the fact that I've played against Storm, like, 10 times in the past week or so means that you probably can make some pretty, or slightly unreasonable, I suppose, just because if you're playing against a bunch of Storm, like, you can make weird metagame sideboard decisions like that. What is my link garbage? Oh, it does die. Huh. I don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. The link I posted on Discord is apparently trash. Wait, you're already in my chat, Darkview. Oh, you posted that like 10 minutes ago and it just tagged me now. Cool. Anyway, I think I'm enough, like, squabbling about sideboard decisions, and we're just gonna play Mindbreak Trap and call it a day. And then queue into, like, 5 matches where Path is really good, and I'm gonna look like an idiot. Had to navigate to it, man. Well, like, a useful link is right above it, right? I don't know why that link didn't work, but there's also a working link directly above it. Oh, I need to change this deck list. 1 card. Sideboard. Mind break trap. And cut a path. Alright. So what are the odds we queue into, like, Eldrazi or Delver here? Pretty high? Oh. Turbo Depths. Alright, well that's a matchup where you would like Path, but it's not a huge deal. Or, like, Slow Depths. I mean, that's what Grizzlepuff has been playing for a good bit. I think I'm gonna mulligan. This sounds okay. We have Wasteland and stuff, right? Mom into Stoneforge doesn't suck. Well, maybe we keep this. Wasteland pass, huh? Not an impressive turn 1. Tempted to just Wasteland their Wasteland, but I don't think they need colorless mana that bad. Wait, no. Alright, Eldrazi. Seems a lot worse against Eldrazi, but still, like, Wasteland Port, Stoneforge, and stuff are pretty good. That seems like a weird trade to me. If my opponent's playing Eldrazi, like, well, Ballista's really good, and Mom's really bad. Also, I'm going to waste on this temple and play another Mother of France. They're on, like, a mulligan to 6. I'd rather just try to mana deny them right now. Maybe they have, like, a Dismember in hand? Human. Are we not playing against? Or does he just not care? Yeah. See, this one he doesn't kill, which, see, I feel like he probably shouldn't have killed the first one, but... So I guess let's just go get Batterskull. Mom does nothing in this match. Yeah, exactly. That's why I assume he didn't kill this one. I think he just, like, killed it, like, muscle memory of, oh, Moms are scary, right? I assume he just named Human for funsies, because he's playing Eldrazi against Death and Taxes and it doesn't matter. I guess I'm just playing Stoneforge for Batterskull here. Could grab, like, Jite or something, but I want, like, a big, beefy guy. Unless my opponent goes, like, Ancient Tomb or City of Traders here. We're not going to attack with Mom. 1 damage isn't worth, like, protecting the Stoneforge from Dismember, possibly. So we do need to untap with this thing. It could be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Ooh, that's especially fine, because now we can just plow this Walking Ballista, too. I should have played Rashad and Port, oops. Because then I can't double port next turn now. That was dumb. Named Human, is he playing Eldrazi? I guess he could technically be playing, like Mono White Eldrazi. But with, like, double Ballista main, that seems really weird. might just be like, if you're playing colorless Eldrazi versus Death and Taxes, like, you know the Cavern Souls doesn't matter, so you name a card type to, like, make your opponent think that you might be something else. Because your name just literally could not matter. Alright. Guess we'll plow this thing in response. Support this. If he wants to wasteland the port in response, then he has to blow up his land. Yeah. This game should be over. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to assume colorless Eldrazi. I don't think like the mono white Eldrazi matchup actually like changes that much in terms of sideboarding plans. We just assume normal Eldrazi. Never know if I want Cataclysms. The scale of Stompy to like Eldrazi post in terms of how fast it is kind of makes Cataclysm sometimes bad against the super aggressive versions, but it's probably better than some random shitters in the deck. It's pretty easy cuts. Oh, nope, not plow. Cut all those and just bring in all these, and probably still, yeah, have to leave in like 2 Thalias. So it's probably an easy board in because I think Cataclysm is better than like Thalias 3 and 4 or like Prelate 1 or something. Cataclysm definitely isn't that good unless your opponent's on post. A lot of the times they can just have aggressive hands, especially on the when they're on the play. They just totally flatten you and your Cataclysm looks really stupid, but Thalia looks really stupid a lot of the time in this matchup. Oof, this hand sucks. This hand's almost there. We have like Rashad. If this hand had a Vial, I think I might actually keep instead of like a Plains. So we'd have Vial and deport them into like Council's Judgment a thing. But I think we'd rather have just a better hand. Oof. This hand is not exactly better either. Is it better than a 5 though? We scroll our land to the top, we have 3 castable spells, but none of them are particularly strong. What are we even mulliganing for, though? So we're leaving my opponent kept to 7. Like, if we mulligan too far, we're just losing to a Thought Knot. Assuming we find a removal spell, we're losing to a Chalice anyway. So Stoneforge and removal are like the only big things. I think keeping a risky 6 is probably better than just mulling to 5. Mox time. Oh, my opponent is playing White Eldrazi. Neat. White Eldrazi with multiple ballistas in it. Nice, the best draw on the deck. I don't think that changes my sideboarding decisions a lot. I'd probably bring out the Cataclysm, I guess. Definitely cut all the Thalias now, though. Thalia's even worse. Though, do we have anything better to... I guess we leave in Moms, right? That's also why he killed the first Mom. This all makes some sense. If I just get Thought Knot here, we're just losing, right? Can I just concede to Thought Knots here? Apparently my opponent is just playing, like, mono ballistas. Get a land, we can... Womp womp. Is Ballista the only card he's cast these games? Very good card to draw a bunch of it against D&T, but... I think we are just dead already. Unless my opponent has nothing, then we hit a land Revoker. Then we can actually do something. Draw land Ratchet Bomb. Get him. We can play our EE for 0. If he plows this, I think I just concede. So it gets to attack me for 6. If we draw a land, we can Judgment away the Displacer. I guess I attack because I'm not blocking, right? I guess I might block. Yeah. We actually probably need to block this 2/2 now. Die to that first Ballista. Jeez, mono displacers. Yeah, we are dead. Alright, cool. Change up the sideboard plan a little bit. Cut Cataclysms, cut Thalias, bring back in Moms, probably. My opponent didn't play anything with actual color. Like, Mom's obviously not good against Eldrili Displacer, but the white means that my opponent could easily have, like, plows and stuff. So bring back in Moms, cut 2 Katas and 2 Thalias. That seems fine. Do I want to make any other changes? None of these cards are good. Yeah, down for this. Would you like to play first? Yes. I'd also like to, like, have good openers. Because our opener game 1. No, our opening game 1 wasn't even that good. We just, like, drew well. Can't be Mono Ballista and Mono Displacers. It's entirely counter to the idea of Mono. It's the only spells he's cast. No, he cast a Mox Diamond. And a GT game 1. Just ship those. This hand's super weak. This hand is also super weak. Maybe this is more capable with, like, Wasteland Port and Sword. Battle Scroll just sucks. Can I stop drawing this card? If I could sell my soul to, like, have Batter Skull at the bottom of my deck at all times, I probably would. This card is just heinous. I can keep this just because it's a thing to do. This is good against Walking... Good, quote-unquote, against Walking Ballista. There are better cards for us to draw, though, right? You place a really low value on your Immortal Soul. It's a pretty good deal, though. Like, if you just could never draw Batter Skull, that would be a good time. I guess Flicker is good against Mox Diamond. I'll plow this Ballista that he plays. Man. Expert Ballista drawing skills. We're just gonna, like, port him and wisp the Mox Diamond or something. It's another Ballista? How many Ballistas does he play? To blow up the diamond, I could Wasteland Port, keep mana denying. I think Wastelanding the Eldrazi Temple might be better. Like Wasteland Port this turn, just to see if he can never cast anything again. And I might need to, like, have to Flicker Wisp this Walking Ballista anyway. Ooh, nice, no land drop. Deal. Now we just flick this Mox Diamond. Does he have a land in hand? Oh, second Caracas. Okay, that makes sense. I was about to say, what land would he have not played there? Oof, we're gonna get, like, super punished. The old Thought Knot. Oh, land sucks. Thought Knot's not scary. The scary thing is now he has actual clock in play and our hand sucks. What if he just takes Batterskull? The alternative line last turn was like Port plus Vial or Port plus Mom. Probably Port plus Vial. Did not think about like the double Caracas scenario. Did consider that on turn 1 when he led with Caracas Mox Diamond or whatever and discarded a Wasteland. I was like, no, if he had double Caracas, then you just discard a Caracas though. So that's unlikely. Do I just block here? You can ping this off when at his leisure. I think I'd rather just kill this now before it gets out of hand, now that I have control over it. Especially with that top deck. Do I play Mom Vial or just port him? 2 cards left in hand. This is tough. I think I want to port him. He's been pretty weak, light on mana this whole game. I think Mana Deniling's probably my best shot at stealing this. This is Walking Ballista number 3. I'm trying to work out a way to ask in chat, like, how many ballistas do you play without sounding salty about it? Because I'm not salty. It's just like this is a lot of guys here. Stoneforge is a really good draw though. He's cast 7 Walking Ballistas in 3 games. Hopefully this isn't another Thought Knot. Nope, this is another Thought Knot. Well, we have 2 decent cards now, between Flickerwisp and Stoneforge. Ask him how you learned to stack the deck, and I'm sure he'll take it well. It's gotta have, like, at least 8 Walking Ballistas in his deck. Statistically. Alright, he has 1 card left in hand. It might be Smasher, but I think I'm going to stop porting, depending on what he takes here. Like, if he takes the Stoneforge, which I think is the most likely, then we probably stop porting. Because we want to just cast Wisp on something. Probably Ballista, just kill it. Trade. Yeah, it takes the Stoneforge. That was the most likely option. Ooh, second Wisp. I think I like killing this Ballista now that we have second Wisp too. Also, my opponent now has the mana to start pumping this Ballista, so we do need to just take it off the board. Is it time for smushing? That's what I assumed was going to happen. Yeah. 9 is a whole lot. Really wanted to draw a removal spell here. That is not a removal spell. So if I don't cast this Wisp and I chump block, because I could actually just double block the Thought Knot if I just play Wisp. Could even flicker to try to hit a tube. That seems risky. Could just like blow up the Mox Diamond, double block Thought Knot, top deck a Reality Smasher. I don't remember casting spells again. Oh yeah, just like Mox Diamond and start porting a million times. But the issue is that we are going to die on board. Yeah. If we can top deck Recruiter or we can't even top deck a removal spell because Reality Smasher's trigger. So we actually need to top deck Recruiter or Jailer or like another Wisp to stall for time. We get 3 life, so it's like we don't really have anything with that toughness actually saves us. Whereas if we just chump block, go to 3, next turn we can Violent Wisp, flicker the Thought Knot, or flicker the Reality Smasher, block the Thought Knot. I think we just want to chump block twice to give us more draws, rather than like try to double block the Thought Knot. I guess both of those do actually give us 2 draws. We are also dead to removal spell with this line. The perfect draw, Wasteland. We're gonna hold this in our hand, because if we draw like Path or Plow, we want to be able to kill this. Although it doesn't matter, right? Because now we're at 3. So now we're dead to like 2 things. Notably, double blocking removes the threat and gives you the same. Yeah, I forgot that removing the threat's a big proponent of that. Realizing that now. We could flicker the Thought Knot and try to top deck exactly Jailer or removal spell, right? Which is, we've cast 1 Plow, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7 draws that let us live, I think. 8, 9 with 2 Wisps in the deck. We got 13 minutes. Let me look at my deck list here. Yeah, it looks like just 9 top decks. Whereas if we just flicker, smash, or block Thought Knot, we are just stone dead, right? Unless we draw exactly Recruiter after that. Because then we could recruit Jailer, the Reality Smasher, and block the Thought Knot again. So I think I'm just going to flicker the Thought Knot and cross my fingers. That doesn't do it. Yeah, we go to exactly. If we block with Spirit Keeper on Reality Smasher, we take exactly 3 here. If we double block, we obviously die to the. Alright. Good games. 7 ballistas in 3 games. Not great, but we definitely. So if we had taken the other line, right? If we had double blocked, assuming my opponent has nothing, we now also have nothing, but we untap and we hit the Spirit Keeper return, and we're just still dead, right? We still had taken 5. And then we draw Spirit Keeper, and then we're like exactly dead on block there. Yeah. Was there a better line than either of those? I do think that like going for the double block was better, because it took the threat off the board. Unfortunately, we needed to top deck exactly removal spell, Recruiter, or Palace Jailer at that point, I think, because we have no creatures in our deck with 3 toughness. So like nothing's going to be able to be put in front of the Smasher and live. And not live and let us live. You have the same number of cards draw. You had more outs. We have the same number of outs because our outs were like taking the Smasher off the board. But the issue is that if we found the out to the Smasher, we could have still died to the Thought Knot with the line we took. So we still needed to find exactly Recruiter, Removal Spell, or Palace Jailer in order to continue living. And like none of those. And we drew we flickered this, so we would have drawn this for the next turn if we had just taken the route of in their combat flicker, put in Flicker Wisp, flicker the Smasher, block the Thought Knot, and we untap, and they have 2 things. We draw with Hellspear Keeper. Yeah, I don't think there was a lot we could have done there. Have I played against White Eldrazi ever? I think like once. I don't know if that was pre or post Deathrite. Oh, there we go. I've played against it once. We won game 1? Yeah. Lost games 2 and 3. So yeah, I think the best line was cast the Flicker Wisp the turn prior and plan on double locking the Thought Knot, because that takes a throw off the board and has the same number of draws to find us the possible answer. I wasn't factoring the draw off the Thought Knot in terms of, oh, if we do that line, we can't draw the Path or the Plow anymore because we have to target it, but we do get the draw off the Thought Knot and then the draw for turn to kill the Smasher or find Recruiter for Jailer. Interesting. It also comes back down to that, the Flicker Wisp, I snap Flicker Wisp that Mox, and it came back to bite me pretty hard, because they had the second Caracas, but I do think that, like, not putting them on another Caracas was, like, pretty reasonable, considering they played Caracas and then pitched a Wasteland to the Mox Diamond, and if you have 2 Caracas and a Mox Diamond in your hand, you almost assuredly just pitch a Mox Diamond, or pitch a Caracas, right? Because it gives you more mana sources. So I think not putting them on second Caracas was like a reasonable read. It just didn't work out. Gobbo Boy. I hope they're not playing Goblins. If they are, this hand's pretty decent. Like, if they have turn 1 Goblin Lackey, we have Plow. If they don't, we have turn 1 Vial. 1 million to 6. Also, this hand's just, like, very good, even in the blind. This is, like, almost the perfect hand in terms of a mixture of a bunch of things that you want. Turn 1 Vial, your choice of good 2-drops, Recruiter, a removal spell, and, like, utility lands. This hand is very good. If my opponent is, in fact, on Goblins, I will be a little sad. Oh, no. Then the Chromox Goblins? It just makes you feel a little bit better. I think that's less scary, just they're putting themselves down resources. Are they just on... Oh, sick. Yes, they're just on Red Prison. Even better. Nice 1 card left in hand, Magus of the Moon. Yes. Nice deck. Oh no, my Plow. Put his Thalia out. Blocks the Magus and, like, prevents them from casting their bigger stuff. I'm gonna recruit. What do I even recruit in this matchup? Sanctum Prelate for 4, I guess, is probably reasonable. Especially because we already have a Flicker Wisp in hand to either Flicker Chain or, like, Answers to Bridge, which they're also very far away from. I could just, like, recruit Revoker and revoke the Mox Diamond, but I could also just, like, Flicker Wisp this Mox Diamond next turn. Although they probably have another red spell to pitch to it. Don't hate Recruit Revoker, because that does seem kind of rude. But I think Prelate 4 is probably better. Also definitely attacking. Prelate 4 eventually. Yeah, I guess that's technically true, yeah. Prelate 4 does beat Bridge slowly. They could have, like, a Braid and stuff. I don't know how many removal spells they play in the main deck. I haven't even, like, looked at a Red Prison list in a million years, but I doubt they have, like, a Braid's main, right? Sweet, we just already won. We did it. This is a good matchup. I love this matchup. Path, Cataclysms, Council Judgments, Recruiter, and Relic Order. They used to not play them. Yeah, I don't know. What are the cuts in this matchup? Crusader. Cleric. I've got 5 cards, jeez. I don't know, I like all my cards. I like to keep in a lot of removal because they've been boarding a pile of Sulfur Elementals. You do kind of want to take those off the board. They aren't particularly scary. They're, like, mildly annoying. I guess Spirit Keeper's okay, right? It's good against Confluence, bad against Sulfur Elemental. Could cut, like, an equipment and a Stoneforge. I think the worst equipment might actually be Batterskull, though. I think I also like Shaving Thalias in this matchup. Their deck is, like, half mana, half... like, I guess half mana, a third hate cards, and a sixth threats. They have so much mana, Thalia's pretty easy to just trim down on. Also, again, trimming X1s in fear of Sulfur Elementals doesn't seem bad. I do like Batterskull with their early goblin hands, though, right? If they're on 8 Rabble or whatever, Legion Warboss and Rabble Master, then, like, just slamming Batterskull is a good way to put them in the ground there. This is just trim down Thalias. And then cut, like, a Mom. And the Spirit Keeper. Second Mom. Mom's okay at protecting your stuff from getting abraded or whatever. They have Sunshock. Go and cut down to 2 Moms. Something like that. Could cut down to, like, 0 Thalias, maybe. This is probably just a keep, right? You just keep a bunch of stuff, right? Keep garbage and do very well, so. I mentioned that he had 4 Self-Learning to beat Miracles. Get Gene players to be the local beat them, they might as well improve his. Yeah, I do think that Sulfur Elemental is, like, very weak against Death and Taxes in terms of hate you can have. Like, yes, it sometimes can beat them, but I've beaten so many, like, leagues more Sulfur Elementals than I have, like, Dread of Knights or even Massacres. Sulfur Elemental just... the fact that it makes Stoneforge trade with Sulfur Elemental is also hilarious. Can I just, like, keep shitty hands like this? Probably. Put a mulligan to 6. We have a basic and a vial. I'll just keep bad hands. It's not actually, like, bad. We have Wasteland and Schadenport. If they don't Blood Moon me, which they aren't as likely to do game 2, they could Chalice me, which they did not, so that's cool. Yeah, it's Dread Knight that dies to It's Dread Knight that dies to Plowshares, and then also can't attack into Sulfur Elemental. Or can't attack into Stoneforge. That's what I was afraid of when they led with Ancient Tomb. Oh, they're drawing a card. You can have Simian Spirit Guide. You get to... I guess if they made a guy, it's just a 1-1, right? Am I porting them? I think I am porting them. rather than developing Stoneforge. We have a Vial coming up on 2, and I want to just delay them casting stuff before we get to this Judgment. Next turn, I can just Vial in the Stoneforge. Want to delay them casting scary things. Mox. Play like Chandra here. Need to exile that instead. Actually, do I? Confluence. That's kind of rude. I don't know why he's dealing 1 damage to each creature, but okay. Oh, it's if I had Mom to Violet in response to Confluence. So that's cute. They did pitch the Spirit Guide, notably. Sure. Guess we're not playing our Stoneforge. Let me just kill this card next turn. Hopefully they don't have like a follow-up. I'm going to recruit for any number of things to deal with a tiny construct. Yeah, clearly my opponent knows what he's doing, at least a little bit. That was a play that... Yeah. Catching that seems a little suspect. They're at 10. Oof. Do I need to cast this? I guess I don't need to cast this yet, right? Like, I can just get stuff on the board first? Because then they get to, like, keep, like, probably Mox Diamond, land, or Chromox Land, Construct or something. And then I keep Plains, untap, and then I Stoneforge. That's pretty good. Cast it right now. It does look good. I don't hate it. They could keep like these, but it's only 3 a turn. We're at 15, and we just get to play Stoneforge for like Batterskull the turn after that. And if they keep the Construct and the Magus to like try to clock me, then they lose their Chrome Mox. Trying to get card advantage every turn. Why wait? So we can like you can develop a board. They can't Flame Slash your stuff. Like it could go like Mom Recruiter or Mom Stoneforge for something here. But I don't hate just Cataclysming now, because we have the 5th land. Yeah. Probably fine. Triple Stone Rain, kill 1 to 2 creatures and a Chrome Mox and Chandra, and sack 3 lands. Seems like a pretty good deal. Maybe they'll keep Construct Chrome Mox land and just sack the Magus. Yeah. Then we just... Yeah, that makes sense. Then we just next turn we Stoneforge for Batterskull. Man, if they like Warbot or like Rabble me here, that would be scary. Ooh, if we draw land. It's a little risky, but they only have 1 card in hand, and I think Batterskull is like flat, not close to the best card we could have here. We did draw another land, but it was not the land we needed. But now we have Batterskull. Hopefully we'll be okay. Do I put this in now to play around Sudden Shock? No, because I want to play around Fiery Confluence more. Because Sudden Shock's not always in the deck. Fiery Confluence is always in the deck. We're going to the Pro Tour. Sure thing, Caleb. Talk to me in February or whatever. Do I have even play anything? I can just leave up... I guess I play Mom and leave up 3 mana, right? Because if they try to shatter my Batter Skull, I can pick it back up. Trying to play around Confluence here. Does it mean you're going to play Arena? Probably. Gotta prep Standard somehow. I need to download Arena. Sweet, we just won. We did it. Man, that looked like a very, very hard to win game, and we just won and it wasn't particularly close. Like, this matchup is very good. My opponent cast turn 2 Karn, like turn 3 Fiery Confluence, turn 4 Chandra, and we just beat them to death. Is just not close. Cataclysm was nuts, especially in that matchup. God, people need to stop not playing Cataclysm. People need to be playing Cataclysm in their D&T sideboards. They are very wrong if they're not. I think that is my most steadfast thought about Death and Taxes in Legacy right now. Is that if you're not playing Cataclysm, you are wrong. Card is obscene. His name is Lethal Biscotti. Lose the die roll. Can we stop losing die rolls? This hand's okay. Die to Storm or whatever, but like, I'm not going to pass up Vile, Port, Stoneforge, Recruiter hands. On the off chance my opponent's just going to combo me to death. Although with my luck, I probably will definitely be against Storm because I said that. Yeah, and it's just like so good against Miracles and Grixis. Even if there were no other decks that Cataclysm is good against. Cataclysm is just so good against the 2 control decks of the format. Ah, we're just getting turn 2 Show and Tell instead. Nice. Well, hopefully it is not an Omniscience. I guess we just put in Flicker, and it doesn't matter. It's game 1. If they have Omniscience, we die. If they have Emrakul, we're pretty well off. If they have Grizzlebrand, it's kind of annoying, but we can't really do anything about that. I mean, yeah. Well, they have Omniscience. Pals, Jailer. Good. Just go get Batter Skull, I guess. So we're only playing on because we don't know that they have, like, Emrakul. If they play Emrakul, we obviously just concede. But they could just, like, have the Show and Tell Omniscience with a bunch of cantrips for free hand. Okay, yeah, they have Emrakul. We just died. Cool. Like I said, sometimes you keep hands that are real good, except if you're against combo, and then you die to combo. I think I specifically did say Storm, but that hand also died to Sneak. Do I even want... I probably want Mindbreak Trap, right? It's like randomly good against their... It's not good if they just straight up go Show and Tell, put an Omniscience, and then cast an Emrakul. But you can Mindbreak Trap an Emrakul somewhere, like, further down the line. I think it's probably worth bringing in. Cut Ballista, Jite, Cleric, Spirit Keeper, Plows, and a Stoneforge, I guess. It's now down to 2 equipment. Oh, that's fine. Oof, this hand kind of blows. This hand's okay. On the play, Thalia gains a lot of equity. Vile does not gain a lot of equity on the play. Do not play Brightling anymore. No, not right now. We never played Brightling. Oh, Blightning. I misread, but I assume he was saying Brightling, which just got bad when they figured out what the best Baleful Strike deck is. Maybe they don't Force Will this. Man, I don't know if I've ever had a Thalia not Force Will. Was the 3/3 that was triple white? Now you're talking about like Devout White Caster. That's the one. But that Brightling was 1 white from Battle Bond, and you're definitely talking about Brightling. But we're just giving you shit, Caleb. Casting Crusader here, I guess. Yeah. It was really good when Miracles was top dog, and Miracles is still like a decent chunk of the format, but it's just so miserable against Grixis, and it being untutorable kind of were the nails in the coffin there. Hey, we're not dead yet. That's exciting. I guess I'm just revoking Sneak Attack. What are you going to play in Standard? I don't know. The Standard that I'm playing in is not this current Standard. It's after whatever set 2 of Ravnica comes out. So I'm not going to make a decision until those cards are out, probably. Because they come out in, like, January, right? I'm going to have 6. I don't know what I'm representing by holding up 2 mana here. The perfect draw. Someone's like, kill Roker on tap, kill me? Nope. Alright, looking good. Alright, we got lethal, which probably means that I'm dying. Wasteland's Volcanic on the way out. This is just through the breach. Sure. Oh, I'm not Wasteland, it was Volcanic all of a sudden. I'm gonna take 15 and keep Crusader. I'm also going to Wasteland this Volcanic on the off chance my opponent has, like, Sneak Attack to try to finish me off here. My plan is, hopefully, cross the finish line with this Crusader. Limp across the finish line here. Hopefully. Please no kill. Oh no. Oh no. No, we tried so hard. Poor Emrakul. Or poor Mirror Crusader. We gave it our all. For drawing 6-7 lands or something on our Molda 6. Our Revoker name was clutch too. God, if one of those Wastelands had been a port, just like snap win that game. Or if one of those Wastelands had been like any spell. Where's show and tell? There we go. 8. Lost game 1 and 2 there. And Sand is We're gonna draw for the 4th time today. Jeez. I'm gonna keep this. Probably playing against like red-black reanimator now. Just get like savaged. I think I recognize this person's name actually. Guitar Me. They did not shuffle. Most of them to just like wasteland these. Turn 1 Underground Seas. If my opponent goes turn 1 like no fetch, like just Underground Sea into Ponder and then shuffles, I feel like that's much more inclined to wasteland, but like specifically fetching for like non-basics and casting Ponders and not shuffling probably means that they can hit their other land drops, or else they'd be playing a lot safer. Oh nice, we are playing in Storm. That's swell. Having a good day. Just having a real good day. Is this like deterministic with Passion Flames? I think so, yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Math checks out. Rather conceal information than gain the advantage of knowing that he has tendrils in his deck. And he's just sick bluffing me. Alright. So tired of playing against Storm. So we have a Mindbreak Trap now. Cut that, cut that, cut that. Cut all these plows. I just like cutting down all the Flicker Wisps now, slowly cutting them all out of my deck. Flicker Wisp is not good against Storm, obviously. All it does is beat down. Has almost no other relevant modes. I guess can sometimes save one of your creatures if you get your Vial on 3, but that's so many turns in the future. But yeah, now we lost game 1 against Storm, so that means we can have a better chance of winning game 2, and then have to get really lucky to win game 3. As you do. Alright, just snap keep this. We have Vial and Prelate and Thalia. Leading with Karakas in case we top deck like Wasteland or Port. And just like play around Massacre. Thoughtseize. Cool. Now we have to hope we live till turn 3 and find a 3rd land. I wonder what number I'm naming if we get to Prelate. Alright, what are the odds? What are the odds we get to cast Sanctum Prelate next turn? I'm thinking like less than 10%. Holy crap. Also, am I supposed to Thalia or just Prelate here? I could recruit and just Thalia. Ooh, with a Remorseful Cleric, I'm inclined to just jam Prelate. Since we actually have something useful to do with our Vial on 2 now. And then the following turn we can have, like, Vial and Recruiter play Thalia instead of, like, Karakas up to save the Thalia from stuff. Question is, what number does Sanctum Prelate go on? I think it's like 2 in the Absolute Blind, right? Could be 4 in the Absolute Blind as well, but 4 feels like it's so much more easily answered. I don't think it goes on 1, because my opponent also didn't cast any cantrips this game. I think they're leaving up, like, some sort of room, I guess, because it could go on 1 for, like, Fatal Push / Chain of Vapor, or go on 2 for Abrupt Decay / Echoing Truth, right? Those are our 2 options. think I'm gonna put it on 1. 1 also prevents him like Thoughts using us and stuff. Or Dread of Knighting me. Blind Prelates are always kind of hard to nail down. In the Storm matchup, there are only so many. They can kill you through a Prelate on 1, though. Like, Prelate on 2 is safer because it turns off Infernal. Although we already have Dark Cabal Writ shut off, notably, because we have Remorseful Cleric. And also, they're pretty far away from Cabal Writting me. Cleric to block, yeah. Cleric to block past and flame lines is sweet. I think we are going to put it on 1, actually. Which says nothing. Alright, time for the beatdowns. Also, I think I'm actually going to just leave my Vial on 2 and cast Recruiter for Thalia instead, and like possibly not put it into play until my opponent answers this Prelate or something, because if my opponent just massacres me, I'm going to feel like an idiot, but then if I have Thalia to follow up, then that might not actually be a terrible plan. Since we don't have another Prelate to go to with this Recruiter is almost just certainly just getting Thalia and nothing else. This just lets me have the access to additional interaction post-sweeper, and the Prelate and the Remorseful Cleric in tandem probably are enough to prevent my opponent from going off in the interim. Thalia. Yeah, we can end up turn Thalia or Crocus, or just like put in this Stoneforge as well. If I want to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thalia makes the faster clock. Not by like an actual turn though, right? They're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to 9 here, and then they're just dead next turn anyway. It does deal more damage, like if they ad nauseam me, but ad nauseam me from 9 life with Sanka Prelate, Remorseful Cleric, and access to Thalia seems like pretty unlikely. I suppose I could have just casted Thalia there, right? And then if they massacre me, I can pick it up and then put it back in. No, they're dead. Cool, we did it. Venutolo, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Thalia emote. Safer on the table with Crocus than in hand with discard, maybe. I mean, we have the Vial, right? But it just means that if they don't have the Massacre and they like have to cast Ponders and stuff, they're using more mana and stuff. And we already had them dead, right? Actually, no. That plan is worse against Massacre specifically, if they just have it, because then I don't get to put in Batterskull to just like beat them to death. Because I'm spending a bunch of mana on Thalia and stuff. Alright, so game 3, we just gotta draw like Chalice, Mindbreak Trap, get lucky, that sort of thing.
Hello, I'm back.
What up?
Want to die. You know, the usual.
Sounds fun.
Where's my cat?
Ooh, Chalice Thalia, snap off. Snap, keep this hand. Opponent mulligan to 6, even better. And then we'll just get turn 1. Opponent's gonna go land, LED, LED, Dark Writ, Infernal Tutor, Ad Nause. Ooh, one of these hands. I do love when my opponent casts Petal into Brainstorm. Especially if they just like miss their land drop here. The game just immediately ends, right? Oh, well. I guess let's find out. So now they are possibly brainstorm locked with no land. This is the last card that I should be drawing off their brainstorm. Yeah, game's just over. Lotus Petal Brainstorm on that Moldasix. Very risky. And then we got to Chalice Thalia them. Which kind of destroyed their life there. We lost game 1, won games 2 and 3. Oops. There we go. Alright, last round. We are 2-2. Pulling for our money back and our pity chest here. Who have we played against? Mono White Eldrazi, or whatever. The Eldrazi deck. Red Prison, Sneak, and Ant. Seems about right. Definitely don't hate having this Mindbreak Trap. Path has been not at its best in the current meta. It's almost time to just sort my stats again and see what the top decks are. I'm pretty sure all the Delver decks are pretty far down the list. Oh, we just queued into Storm again. Cool. We're on the draw. Are we on the draw 5 out of 5 times this league? Whatever, we keep a hand with Thalia and cross our fingers, right? Wait, 0-0. He could be playing a new deck. We don't know. Still keeping hand with Thalia. Yeah, this is just Storm again. We're gonna hope we don't die next turn. Please, no kill. Alright. I dig it. No kills, no Thoughtseizes, no whammies. What are you doing down there, cat? Don't bite at that cord. No kills. Ooh. Yes. That's what I like to see. Alright, now we just need to close as fast as possible. Because it's game 1, so my opponent can't really take this Thalia off the board. Ooh, that's a Revoker target if I've ever seen one. That's 2 Revoker targets if I've ever seen them. Surprised the Revoker didn't prompt a concession. Honestly. Main deck massacre time. Secretly Tess Burning Wish massacre me. Yeah, deal. You get to take my Mirren Crusader or Stoneforge Mystic. Yes, the old Thoughtseize for extra info on the way out, I guess. Looks like, yeah, just in case just in case of Tess, you probably shouldn't play the the mom. I think if they're Tess and they can't even like Burning Wish massacre me, right? Because they wait, did they have 3 lands then? Did they not play land that turn? I've already forgotten. Yeah, no, they fetched on mana turn. Okay, they could have played land, Burning Wish massacre me. Oh, should have not played the plains. That's fair. Because I also could have still cast Mom plus Revoker. That is fair, I suppose. Rest in peace, Relic Warder. We didn't see Massacre or Dread of Night. Maybe I need to stop boarding in these Council's Judgments. Unless I explicitly... Actually, yeah, we're going to cut Council's Judgments just for threats. The reasoning is that when you win game 1, it's a lot easier to, like, if you lose game 2 to a Dread of Night, you can bring it back in. If you lose game 1, sometimes you do need to hedge for, like, oh, if I've lost game 1 and my opponent, like, blows me out with a Dread of Night that I'm not prepared for, then that's an easy way to lose a game. But if my opponent blows me out with a Dread Knight that I'm not prepared for, we have a game 3 to follow up. And I think almost everyone I've seen is on Massacres nowadays. And I honestly can't tell like when the swap happens. I think I talked about this a lot. I have no idea when like Massacre is better than Dread of Night in a given format for Storm. It's something like I need to ask Cyrus about or something. Is it just preference, or are there actually like different like matchups you want them? Because they both seem like very Death and Taxes oriented cards. And there's always the, oh, Dread Knight's worse against Sanctum Prelate and stuff, or doesn't answer a bunch of creatures, but Massacre is worse when you hit it off of your Adnoses and stuff like that. So there's like upsides and downsides to both. But like, I don't know what the distinct difference is between wanting one or the other, especially in a given metagame, and this hand sucks. Ooh, this hand is probably keepable. Considering my opponent mulled to 6, there's a less likely... There's less of a chance that we just die on turn 2. Also, we have, like, Mom to protect our Thalia. Ooh, we play around Massacre. I think I'm actually going to top this explicitly to play around Massacre. Thoughtseize. Alright. Well, we still have Cleric, which is just, like, supplementary hate. Maybe topping the Crocus was, like, a little bit greedy. Gonna be real awkward when my opponent Dread Knights me here. Yeah, there's one land, though. I'm gonna draw Flicker Wisp. Damn. Alright, well, we got a Revoker. Revoker's a clock. Go get him, Tiger. Lion's up. Lion's Eye, Diamond. Massacre's better in decks that want to clear the board for a critical turn. This is a great player for Storm Dread Knight to prevent mentor clocking. Yeah, matters for. Yeah, like I know the difference between the cards in the terms of like what decks want them, but I'm talking about explicitly in Ant. What like when does Ant want to be playing Massacre versus when do they want to be playing Dread of Night? Because it seems like it does fluctuate. Like they were on Dread of Night for a while, and now I feel like a lot of them are on Massacre. And I don't know if that specifically, if Ant wanting Dread of Night over Massacre is just a preference thing, or there's actually like differences in the formats. Because I don't know what how many decks you bring in Dread of Night or Massacre in as Ant, except for Death and Taxes. Oh no, this has like a 1 in 3 chance of being a Council's Judgment here. If we hit another land, we can exile their graveyard by like Flicker with Remorseful Clericking. Which is not good, but... Luckily, Ant is like a 14 land deck or something. They don't actually have huge odds of finding something. Nice. Ooh, close. Yeah, Ranfield doesn't seem very good here. I don't know something to do with how fast they want to be, but yeah, that's something I'd definitely ask. Do I surgical their underground seas just like right now? I mean, I guess in their draw step, but it does give them like 3 less draws to kill me, right? I don't hate it. If you even want to do it in their draw step, I give them extra storm. I'm not sure how much that matters. I also get to see their hand. That's kind of cool. And their deck. Surgical draw step. I hope they drew Underground Sea. They didn't. They only have 1 Underground Sea in the deck. I forgot. Yeah, did I say 3 different draws? Because that's definitely not true. Hand isn't even actually that good. So we'll screenshot it. Just in case there is a game 3 here. So I just kind of want to look at it. Bring that off to the side here. Because, yeah, there's no way they're playing that. So what's their hand? Cabal Rit, Chain of Vapor, Dark Rit, Infernal Tutor, Ponder, Thoughtseize. Interesting. I didn't actually look at what their top decks were there. Wow. Hitting my 5th land is apparently as hard as my opponent hitting their first, or second, I guess, land. They have a Bayou, a Bloodstained Mire, 4 Petals, 4 Deltas, and a Swamp are like their only lands that kill me because they need specifically a black land, so their Misty Rainforests don't even do it anymore. That just lets them cast Ponder or Chain of Vapor. And even then, I don't think they can just kill me with 1 land. They need to spend a turn Chain of Vaporing me. Because they have like double Infernal Tutor, Thoughtseize and stuff, so they can't like empty their hands or anything. Oh, they found Delta. That is horrifying. I think we might be dead. Because this Vial is also 1 turn too slow as well. No, it only fetches blue or black, though. Because they can't actually fetch Underground Sea. So if they fetch blue to Chain of Vapor this, then they can't go off. If they fetch black to, like, Rit, Cabal Rit, Infernal Tutor, they could, I guess, like, cast Rit, Infernal Tutor, Rit, Cabal Tutor. No, then they're stuck with, like, blue cards in hand, too. They can't, like, get their whole hand out of the way. I'm just gonna, like, cast this Battery Skull and hope I get there. Is their plan just bounce? I think their plan is going to be Chain of Vapor, Revoker, and then hope to, like, Ponder into the Black Source. Oh no, they just fetch black. Interesting. This isn't going to do it, right? They just can't empty their hand? I mean, like, Infernal Tutor for stuff. Dark Rit. If they chain or remove the DNA. Yeah, if they have, if they don't have extra mana or something. This is Infernal Tutor for Cabal Rit? What did they draw? Cabal Rit. We know their hand. Their hand has a Chain of Vapor, a Ponder, and a Thoughtseize in it. Okay, you have like 8,000 mana, sure. Thoughtseize me, okay. Did they just draw the tendrils? No, their last 2 cards in hand are Chain of Vapor and Ponder. They have 2 cards left in hand. What? Did I miss something? Oh no, they discard the Ponder to hand side, so they did actually just naturally draw the Tendrils. That's a shame. I'd rather discard this Ponder here, but it's like mildly obnoxious. Well, now we need to look at their deck as well. So they have 2 Echoing Truth. One. They really just have 1 Dread of Night. Magic equals skill game. Yeah. Storm matchup super fun and interactive, right? They needed to draw blue source or Tendrils, I think, were like their only outs, right? Yeah, they have empty. So they have empty. They have a Fatal Push. They have 2 Echoing Truths, and they have 1 Dread of Night as their and 1 Chain of Vapor as their hate cards. Interesting. So they have 2 1-mana hate cards, 2 2-mana hate cards. No Massacres, notably. Or I guess 3 1-mana hate cards. You count Dread of Night. Also, 1 Dread of Night's probably still worth boarding in Council Judgment. That Flicker Wisp had obviously been one of these Council Judgments, we would have just won the game. Also, they had Lion's Eye Diamond sitting out that sometimes you can snag with Judgment. I think it is probably right to just always bring these in. But yeah, they literally had, like, I'd say maybe not under 5 top decks, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 top decks, I think, to kill me. I would love to play first. Also just love to keep this hand. Cat's doing something in the kitchen. Can you go get her?
Okay. Should probably knock down the recycling.
Sure, Preordain. Deal. Windmill Slam Mythalia.
Oh no, she's on top of the microwave. No.
Oh, opponent's got to sneak in that Lotus Petal under the Thalia. Good play. Also, I guess we don't have to play our Maskers. There's no actual reason to lead with Caracas there. There's no reason not to, but there's no Maskers to be playing around. So this Mother of Runes looks like it's going to be good. They're planning to like bounce my Thalia. Wonder if you could have beat you building a 5-mana Tormod's Crypt. Oh yeah, instead of casting the Battle Scroll, well, I do also give them an extra turn if I do that, right? And they have the fetch land, so we don't. If like they could have possibly just fetched for Chain of Vapor, bounced my guy, like untapped, given them like maybe even 3 turns. And also they had like a million extra mana by the end there, so I don't think they had. I think they had over 6 leftover mana, but I'm not positive. Wow, letting me untap. Interesting. Well, notably, we don't have to play around Massacre, so we can actually just jam all of our hate to the board. Thanks, Yaz. Put in the Power School's right call. They had a very... Yeah, they had, like, I think... Maybe not very low. I think, like, about a quarter of their deck kills me. Because they need... If they find a blue source, we definitely die. Because they get to get the Chain of Vapor out of their hand and unlock their LED. And they had like 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13 blue sources. 13 blue sources plus Tendrils were all lethal at that point. And those were like the only top decks they could have had. Anyway, back to this. Just cast Revoker on Petal. Petal's in play. There's no LED in play yet. I'm only just like revoking the stuff that's on board. The immediate LED, sure. I think I'm gonna go get Sword here to try to protect Thalia from Dread of Night, maybe? The clock's gonna be the same, it's just gonna cost me mana, and mana's not really a choke point right now. I could also just recruit, like, Relic Ward and Relic Ward this LED. Maybe I leave this Vial on too, just for emergency Thalia. No, they can't take the Thalia off the board without Dread of Night. And if they take it off with Dread of Night, then it doesn't matter, so we'll take this up. Ooh, we can just Pearl on 1 now, right? And that's just insane. Because they just have Dread of Night, like Echoing Truths and stuff. So Pearl on 1 stops me from getting, Dread of Nighted here, and then they have to deal with Pearl on 1 plus Thalia plus Revoker. Maybe Pearl 2's. Don't know if Pearl 2 is actually better. They can they'd be very hard pressed to go off through this, especially because their graveyard isn't very stocked to where Cabal Writs are helpful. Their graveyard is pretty far away from like Cabal Writting out of like the mana here, and with all of their like cantrips and stuff turned off. Ooh, we actually drew Wisp. We can Wisp our Revoker back to LED. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put them to 4. Could also just port them and Wisp out something. Could also Wisp my Recruiter, but doesn't seem like it matters because I can't find like another Prelate. Crunch. Yeah, we're just gonna port them and Wisp out their land. Okay, yeah, they're dead. Cool, we did it! We went 3-2, beat Ant twice. All thanks to the Mindbreak trap we never drew. 100% of that was on this Mindbreak trap. We beat Ant twice today. Beat the same Ant player twice, notably. $49, 25 games, 24, 25 wins, 24 losses, 9. And with that, we won game 1, won game 3, lost game 2. With that, Ant is now the #1 deck that, like, in terms of matches that I have played against. In 275 matches of Legacy since the Deathrite Shaman ban. Let me sort my data here. Sort range. Yes, Ant is number 1 at 19 matches now. After that is Miracles at 18, D&T at 16, Red Black Reanimator at 14, Four Color Loam at 13, Grixis Control at 12, Maverick 9, Dredge 9, Burn 9, Eldrazi Stompy 9, Blue Black Death Shadow 8, Grixis Delver 8, Show and Tell 8, Land 7, Red Prison 6, Test 6, and it just drops off from there. But yeah, fuck, there's so much Ant online. God, I do kind of want to put in like just another fucking obnoxious hate card like Mindbreak Trap or Orum's Chant. There's just so much Ant. Holy shit. But yeah, like I said, I don't think the matchup is bad. I think it's pretty close to even. We did beat it twice. Yesterday we lost to it once. We also lost to Test once, which is just notably a worse matchup than Ant. Not enough Ant. I did say that I was going to probably play against it 4 times today, but didn't make that margin, I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing like stupid shit like Mindbreak Trap or Orum's Chant until like this phase of the meta kind of goes away. Ancient Tomb. That's not a bad idea. I don't hate that. Like, just play like 1 Ancient Tomb. Yaz is gonna give me shit for it though, because Yaz is all about the triple Ancient Tomb list. That doesn't actually like capitalize on Ancient Tomb at all. It just like plays chalices on the board and doesn't really play like any of the 2 and a white creatures. But 1 Ancient Tomb doesn't seem crazy. Just, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. It's not that good against Ant though, right? Because Chalice on 0 is not as good as Chalice on 1, but still like serviceable in terms of turn 1 plays. And you can't use an Ancient Tomb to play a Thalia on turn 1. We would play Chromox. Chromox would be bad. I'd rather play Orum's Chant. But yeah, like 1 Tomb probably doesn't suck. I don't love it, but Chalice on 1 is marginally better than Chalice on 2. It doesn't even accelerate you into, like, Sanctum Prelate. It doesn't accelerate you into any hate against Ant, except for your Chalices. I could probably see playing 1. Makes your Ballista a lot better, but Vrynwing Mare? Don't know what I would cut for a Vrynwing Mare. Play like more. Yeah, I'm definitely not like gonna be playing more Revoker if I'm trying to hedge for the Ant matchup. Revoker is such soft hate against Ant. It's like better than Remorseful Cleric, but not by a huge margin in terms of tripping up Ant players. I honestly think it's hard to make main board decisions for Ant other than like maybe it's time to stop keeping really greedy mid-range hands because you die to the combo decks. Like maybe it's time to stop keeping the vile Stoneforge Flickerwiz Recruiter hands. Dice to Massacre unplayable. We need a 2/3, right? Something that doesn't die to Massacre. Can we get like a 2/3 Thalia? I guess just play like Thorn of Amethyst at that point. Anyway, enough chit chat for that. I'll go like bitch about it in the Death and Taxes Discord, I'm sure. Cause like fuck if playing against Ant isn't the most boring shit in Legacy that I've experienced in a long time. Combo. These are 3 mana suggestions. These are not good suggestions. You lose a lot more games to Storm without playing your 2nd land than you do after playing your 3rd land. Like, your win percentage goes up remarkably as you hit your 2nd, and then especially as you hit your 3rd, when you get to, like, the Recruiter plus Violon 2, or, like, the Sanctum Prelate turns. Being able to turn 1 Chalice on 1 is great, even just turn 3 Stoneforge plus Equip is great. No, I did say a 2/3, something that doesn't die to Massacre. That's fair. Something that doesn't die to Massacre and is great against Storm. 4 Leyline. Oh, we get to We play the compacted tech with sideboard 4. Is it the 4 Leyline Sanctity sideboard meta? I would sooner probably sideboard 4 Leyline of the Void than 4 Leyline Sanctity, though. Alright, you guys are getting, like, these are starting to be bad suggestions. I don't hate 1 tomb. I might, like, cut a Plains for a tomb. 8 Leyline, 4 Leyline of the Void, 4 Leyline of Sanctity. How does Storm ever win? 12 Ley Lines. Alright, yeah, well, let's just play Ley Lines. Alright, next stream we'll play Ley Lines. No, just kidding. Next stream we're actually, I think I'm gonna play, I'm gonna Humans tomorrow. Been missing out on this deck. I streamed it once, and then doubled down on, like, testing for Eternal Weekend, and that tournament and Moonbase before Eternal Weekend. Kinda wanna go back to it. Also, its Storm matchup seems, like, pretty great. Your Thalia, Meddling Mage, Kitesail, Freebooter, Ethersworn Canonist, Sanctum Prelate deck. Storm matchup seems pretty great with this. You do have the same problem that Death and Taxes does of you have no turn 1 interaction, and sometimes they can kill you, but your game 1 percentage goes up a lot because sometimes Storm doesn't keep the turn 2 kill hands, and, like, your hands, no matter what you keep, will probably be great against Storm. And winning game 1, again, is huge. The issue with Death and Taxes is you don't always win game 1 because sometimes you don't keep Thalia. This deck almost always keeps, like, a quote-unquote Thalia hand, right? 4 Thalia, 4 Kitesail. I think the list that Eddie was looking at had 4 Reflector Mage, or 4 Meddling Mage in it now. He, like, cut Reflectors. Still loses on turn 1. Yeah. That is the issue, but... Chromox. I already said Chromox. Stop having bad ideas. Anyway. Maybe we'll just, like, go all the way. You know what deck probably never loses to Storm? Just play Soldier Stompy. Fucking 4 Chalice, 4 Thalia, 4 Chromox. Do some Soldier Stompying. God, this deck is so bad. 5-color Slivers is better than 5-color Humans Legacy. Change my view. Well, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna beat Storm very often with 5-color Slivers. That's for sure. I go for watching a League of Soldier Stompy. Maybe it's time for Soldier Stompy to come back. It's probably got, like, an insane Storm matchup, right? Lotus Petal might be better than Chromox in the contest of D&T sideboard. Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, maybe I'll consider doing a Soldier Stompy stream if I just keep queuing into this stupid deck. Like, your Chromox Thalia Chalice deck's probably just insane against Storm, right? Anyway, 5-color Humans for tomorrow. Maybe I will actually think about, like, playing Soldier Stompy, but I'm gonna try out this deck. I'm gonna message Eddie to see if I can get a updated deck list. This deck's list is super old. It doesn't have Knight of Autumn in it. I still have, like, shitty Reclamation Sages. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching today. Judge familiar? That's not a horrible. Get some money out of us, make it a donation league. I could, like, put a donation thing up at the top. Like, just make a X amount of dollars / bits for Soldier Stompy. I don't really have any donation incentives usually. It's people just, like, donate and throw money at each other for bit wars and stuff. Good idea. I like that. Put a little banner up at the top. Anyway. Thanks everybody for watching. If you want to support the channel some more, you want to know when I'm going live and stuff, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free. Help other people find my content and all that stuff. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and Thraben-themed subscription badge in the chat. And donations, I guess we will start implementing donation, like, incentives, which is definitely not a bad idea. As well as if you donate, I would be more than happy to play a deck list that you want to see run through a league. Unfortunately, Mana Traders, or is it Mana Traders? I forget which one Card Hoarder, I think, actually. That's one I applied to, but they don't love me. But actually, we're hitting more viewers today. Or not today, but just in general. We might actually hit, like, the 20 viewer average peak. That lets us get a Card Hoarder thingy. But that will actually let me branch out into, like, decks I want to play, because I can actually borrow cards and stuff at that point. But anyway. Other than that, you can subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where all these streams go up after they're done being live. And Twitter is when I post when I'm going live, if there are, like, changes in the schedule abruptly or anything like that. As well as updating paper results as I go, like, travel for tournaments. And that is the end of the stream today. Find someone to host. Legacy. Who's playing Legacy? Anurag. Me. Grape Shot. Let's host. I don't know. Do I know Grape? I think I do know who Grape Shot is. I think I follow Grape Shot. I don't know who this is in terms of like a person, but also like playing tests with Brand Cook. Brand Cook's cool. I have hosted Grape Shot in the past because I do follow him. Anyway, I keep getting distracted, so see you guys all tomorrow.